I'm just studying my Fears Vlogs mug. It's genius! Coffee first. Shh. Okay, I'm good. What's up, guys? Has to be one of the greatest theme songs of all time. Big shout out to the Fears fans. Big shout out for Randy for making that theme song. It is really been iconic with the Fears podcast, but it originated from Randy's amazing short film called The Thrilling Three. All right, guys. Well, Fears, audience Fears. Big shout out to the fans. That's right. I got my Ghostbuster t-shirt on today. Oh, fuck yeah. All right, well, let's open up that chat. Lots to talk about. Tons to talk about. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me just open up this Chizat. The Chiatsty. There we are. Okay.
Thrilling.
All right, there we go. Let me switch it to live chat instead of top chat. Thank you so much for the like right away. You guys have been going nuts with the likes right off the bat. Right on. As soon as I start within maybe a minute or two, the likes are a-flowing. The likes are a-flowing. Anyway, thank you for the second like. I appreciate that. We got one person watching. Hopefully more will show up. And right now, I'm going to tell everybody in the Discord that Fears is live, and I'm ready to hang out. So hopefully people will come, and we'll get rocking here. We will get rocking. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Anyway, let's see here. Oh, hang on. Where does they, give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, I am live streaming. So come and hang out. All right. Then let me just tell Visions that I'm live streaming. Give me 1 second here. There we are. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. I just went live. So come and hang out, buddy, if you can. All right. There we are. All right, so let's get back to the chat. Big shout out to the 2 people watching. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Hope you guys are doing bloody fantastic. Lots to talk about. But first of all, shout out to the fans. Cheers for you guys. I got my official limited edition Fears Vlogs muggage. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks to Lord Visions. You gotta love that coffee. All right, so Fears is just a tad bit tired. So work was great last night. We only had 43,000, so not too bad. Not too much, not too little. Fears got out of there at about 8:30. 8:30. So yeah, 8:30 in the morning, so it's not too bad. Yo, Chicken Wizard, what's up? He says, Chicken Wizard says, yo, Fears, I'm eating Burger King. Very good. And watching you before work, Fears. Nice! Nice, buddy. Well, those are 2 good things. Those are 2 good things. Chicken Wizard says, cool mug. Well, Chicken Wizard, have you not seen this yet? I thought I showed everybody, but maybe you didn't see it. But Visions made me this. So I submitted these cartoon drawings, right? These are Randall's cartoon drawings of me. One with my hat and then one with my Hawaiian shirt. Visions basically took that and did his own drawing of it. So that's Vision's own drawing of pretty much what we just saw. So I love it. It's one of my favorite mugs. I cannot believe I have a Fears Vlogs mug and a Fears Man 26 mug. Oh, shit. Now, Chicken Wizard, I have a question. Well, now you have Chicken Wizard. 2 questions. One, oh wait, you already told me what you're eating for lunch. I'm sorry. 1 question. I'm sorry. Well, actually, 2 questions. What are you eating at Burger King? Did you get the Whopper meal? Did you get the Angry Whopper? Did you try the Spider-Man Whopper like Fears did? What are you eating at Burger King? That's the first question. And second question is what do you do for work, Chicken Wizard? I'm just curious. If there's a way to tell us what you do for work without like telling us where you work, that would be great. But what line of work are you in? I'm just curious. Big shout out to the 3 people watching. Thanks for the 2 likes. Go ahead and like the stream. Fears is trying to get to 11 likes. The most we've ever gotten on a show, I believe we've gotten 10 likes before, 9 likes before. But yeah. Yo! Gaming Attack Yeti, what's up? Well, Gaming Attack Yeti, be sure to hit that like button. Let's get the likes up. But no, Chicken Wizard, I'm just curious. What do you do for work, and what are you eating at the BK Lounge? I'm just wondering. I'm just curious. It's none of my business. I was just, I'm trying to get to know my fans more. Gaming Attack Yeti, what do you do for work? I'm just curious. Everybody knows what I do for work, but I'm just curious. Whopper with no onion. Nice! Nice. Chicken Wizard says, I work in a factory. Oh, okay. Well, so do I. Well, should I ask what type of factory? You know what? That's none of my business. Whopper with no onion. All right, Chicken Wizard, this is the perfect way how you eat a Whopper. Well, you can probably have cheese. I can't have cheese. Well, I can have some cheeses now, but anyway. Okay, so you're an electrician. Oh, very cool. I bet that's a really good job, Gaming Attack Yeti. So, this is the best way, in my opinion, Chicken Wizard, on how to eat a Whopper. Large fries, Coca-Cola or Diet Coke, right? Then on the Whopper, pickles, lettuce, mustard, a couple of dabs of ketchup, mayo. There you are. Ooh, yeah. Try that, Chicken Wizard. It's so good. Gaming Attack, he says, I'm drinking big now. Just got off. No work Saturday. I'm getting lit. Well, guess what, Gaming Attack Yeti? As LC would say, to the boot, baby. To the boot. Do you have your own boot? I've got my own boot. There we are. $65 on the front, and then they pay another $50. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Shit is lit. That's, you know what? I make decent money. I make pretty good money, Gaming Attack Yeti, but I don't make, so you make $65 an hour. That's fucking awesome. That's awesome. That's fucking good, man. I do okay. I make about $17 an hour. So not too bad. So yeah. I got a 1-gallon boot. Oh, fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, lots of topics to talk about today. Lots of things to talk about. I'll tell you guys the topics. Today, Fears is going to try and tell you guys the top 10 best Florida memories that I've had since I've lived down here, in 5 years. So we're going to try to narrow it down to the top 10. And then I'm going to tell you guys some of my favorite toys that I played with as a kid and the memories that surround those toys. So yeah. And then we're doing a Walmart and a Goodwill haul. Nice. Some jobs I make more depending on the job. I want to get on cell phone towers and make $150 an hour. Oh, fuck yeah. That must be very dangerous, though, to work on those cell phone towers. But Would it be worth it? $150 an hour? There it is. Anyway, I got a few things to talk about before we jump into the topics. A few things on my mind that's been kind of bugging me. Some are good things, some are bad, but I have to tell you guys. And Chicken Wizard and Gaming Attack, I wouldn't mind your guys' advice. I would really appreciate this. There's been a couple of things on my mind, but before I get to that, time for some updates. My mom, I know I keep saying this over and over again. My mom, you guys have no idea. My mom is ecstatic to see me. I'm ecstatic to see her. I cannot wait. I have not seen my mom since my dad passed away last September. So I cannot wait to go and visit my dad with my mom. And then I told my mom wants to go with me at least once while I'm on vacation. I said, that's fine. I said, no worries. And I said, Mom, I do want to go alone one day and just have a one-on-one talk with me and Dad. And my mom's like, that's fine. That's cool. I was like, all right. I said, I just want to make sure. But I cannot wait to go there with my mom one day. And my dad knew the end was coming, so he picked a beautiful spot. Remember I told you guys? It's the Jefferson Barracks it's about an hour and a half away from Wentzville, Missouri. And it's called the Jefferson Barracks Memorial Military Cemetery or something like that. My mom knows what it is. It's something like that. And there is white tombstones everywhere. If one blade of grass is out of place, they take care of it. There's no trash. The only thing though that they can't really help is, well, lots of people go visit loved ones, and during the day people put flowers down. Well, the deer know that they lay flowers down. What do the deer do at night? The deers make like their footprints in the grass, and you can see them, and then they come and eat all the flowers, and then the next day all the maintenance guys have to go, and all they leave is like the green stems. So unfortunately, if you go and visit somewhere there, 11 times out of 12 your flowers aren't going to be there the next day. So at least your loved ones get to enjoy the flowers for a day. And they said the deer do not come out during the day for some reason, but they wait till night and they go in there and eat all the flowers. So, anyway, so my mom is just over the moon to see me. I'm over the moon to see my mom. Over the moon. You guys know my buddy Eric. He's already like calling me up, Fears. And I'm like, what? And he's like, Fears, you know what we're fucking doing when you get into town, right? And I was like, dude, you've been telling me for the last couple of weeks. I said, I know exactly what we're doing. I said, yeah, we're doing the fucking barbecue, and we're going nuts, and we're drinking beer. He's like, Fears, beer, lots of beer. I went, fine, great, lots of beer, that's fine. And he's like, Fears, he's like, you do some grilling, I'll do some grilling. I said, that's fine, buddy. I said, I'm all about it. He's like, Fears, you don't understand, man. He goes, I haven't seen you in a year, man. I was like, I know. I'm excited, man. I'm like, I haven't seen you in a year. He's like, Fierce, you don't get it. And I'm like, I do get it, buddy. I'm like, you're excited. You're ready to rock and roll. I said, you're my best friend. We'll get some hangout time in. He's like, Fierce. He's like, you know how to grill really good. I said, well, I should hope so, buddy. I said, you taught me and my dad taught me. And I said, Eric, I said, I got to say, I said, your grilling's pretty good too. And he's like, well, Fierce, he goes, I had to teach myself. And it's sad because Eric had to teach himself because, unfortunately, Eric's real dad was a bastard and left Eric and his sister and, like, never saw them again. So Eric's stepdad, his name is Keith. Unfortunately, Keith passed away a few years ago. He was a heavy smoker, so he had a heart attack. But whenever Keith was alive, Keith showed Eric how to grill. Keith was the coolest fucking dude ever. And I even asked Eric one time, I said, Eric, I said, have you ever seen, like, your real dad? He goes, Fears, you're going to laugh. You're going to laugh. And I said, about what? He goes, I've only seen him 3 times in my life. And I was like, wow. He goes, once at my wedding. And I was like, I'm surprised you even invited him to the wedding. He's like, I'm not a bastard like he is. He goes, once at my wedding, once at my high school graduation, and then one other time. And I was like, wow. I'm like, that's nuts, dude. And he's like, that was just the hand I was forced. And I was like, well, you know what, Eric? I said, Keith was a 10 times better dad, 50 times better dad than your real dad. He goes, oh, I know, Fears. It's sad that Keith is not with us anymore because Keith was an amazing guy, My dad is an amazing guy. Keith is still an amazing guy. My dad is still an amazing guy. I think about my dad every single day. And I know I say that almost every stream, but hopefully you guys understand and I'm not annoying you guys. I love my dad so much, and I have to honor him. I try to honor him in almost every single video or at least in almost every single stream. So Dad, I will be there soon. And me and my dad's going to get some hangout time. I'm going to talk with him. So that's been on my mind, and I'm going to get to the stuff where I want you guys to give me advice in a minute. So that was the first update. Eric's calling me almost, not every day, but almost every day. Oh, Fairs, I can't wait to see you. Oh, like, I can't fucking believe it. I was like, all right, buddy. I'm like, I can't wait to see you either. And I said, be sure to tell all the guys I'm coming into town next weekend. So next weekend, I'm flying out. So Sam is taking me to the airport next Saturday. I'm a little worried about Sam, though. I have been trying to get a hold of Sam all week. We're supposed to hang out tomorrow, but I accidentally got the dates wrong. I forgot, classic fears, I thought I was flying out in 2 weeks. Like, not this week, not next week, but the next weekend. I'm sorry, so 3 weekends. 3 weekends. And then all of a sudden I looked at the calendar the other day, and I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, it's not 3 weekends, it's 2 weekends. I said, this weekend is my last weekend here. Then next weekend, I'm flying out, and I'll be gone for 10 days, guys. And then I fly back to Florida, and then I get back to my job and my life and the whole 9 yards. So I was like, well, fuck, what am I going to do? Because I was supposed to hang out with Randall next weekend, and I was supposed to hang out with Sam this weekend. So I've been trying to get a hold of Sam saying, hey, buddy, don't forget, you're taking me to the airport next weekend, and we're probably going to have to hang out with Randall this weekend, too. But I have not got a hold of Sam. I've tried. I've left Sam 3 messages and 2 text messages. I hope he picks up the phone today or like early in the morning. So we'll see. We'll see. So there's that. Fears has already got his tickets all ready to go. Oh, that's right, baby. Fears got that first class. Oh, yeah. First class, bitches. Oh, yeah. I'll try to take some pictures and I'll take some video on this. You guys know I'm going to be vlogging. I mean, that's a given. That's a given. So, yeah. Let's see. What else has been going on? Work was good. Work was good. We only had 43,000, so not too bad. Not too much, but not too little. We got out at a decent time. By the time I drove home, it was 9 o'clock. I got off at 8:30, but by the time I stopped and got McDonald's breakfast, because I love their sausage biscuits, I shouldn't have. I've been trying to watch my weight, but I was like, I'm lazy. I don't want to make anything today. There we are. And I made coffee here. So this is the second cup of coffee I've had today. By the time I got gas, I stopped and got gas, and I got McDonald's. By the time I got home, it was like 9:05. Got a couple of hours of sleep. Fears woke up from his nap at around 12:45. Went and did errands, and then here we are. Here's the stream started. So that's pretty much all the updates. Real quick, Jeff wanted me to let you guys know the upcoming show. And the only thing that's changed is me and Jeff were supposed to hang out and do his interview before I left. But Jeff called me one day and said, Fears, I'll be honest. He goes, I'm getting a little nervous about our interview. And I said, well, why are you nervous? He goes, well, because I don't think my nerd cave is up to your standards and your fan standard. I said, buddy, it's a nerd cave. I said, you'll be fine. I said, plus, the fans have never seen your nerd cave. And he goes, exactly, Fierce. He goes, when they see the nerd cave in the fucking vlog, he goes, I want it to be fucking epic spectacular. And I was like, well, you've already shown me pictures of it, and it looks amazing. He goes, it's not good enough, Fierce. He goes, I can do better. And I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, if you really want to wait and do the interview. He goes, yeah, let's wait until you get back from your trip. He goes, then I'll have the rest of July, and then, like, you get back, in 10 days. He goes, I'll have enough time to get everything organized. I'll put out, like, my best, nerdage. Then you'll come over. Then I'll give you a quick tour of the nerd cave. Get it on video. Then we'll do our interview in the nerd cave. And I was like, I'm all about it, buddy. I'm all about it. So, but I'm going to miss one of my favorite shows. So, if you guys are in the Florida area, the next show is July 8th and July 9th. So, it's a 2-day con, and it's the Tampa Toy Con. I love that. It's the first time I'm going to miss that toy show. I've been going to the Tampa Toy Con since the end of 2019 because I didn't discover Jeff's conventions until 2020. So ever since 2020, I've been going to his shows every single year. So if you guys are in the Tampa area on July 8th and July 9th, it's a 2-day con. Go to Florida Toy Shows and Expos on Facebook or FloridaToyShows.com. Get that information. PS5 Gaming says, what's up? What's up? So, I'm going to miss, but you know what? Family is more important than a toy con, but I sure am going to miss it because Jeff always puts on a hell of a show, and they're really good. So, if you guys are ever in the Florida area, you've got to check it out. Even if you don't have the schedule, you can print off the schedule. Go to Florida Toy Shows and Expos on Facebook. He's got all of his websites on there, all the information right there, bada bing, bada boom. And you can order tickets off of his website or off of his Facebook. There it is. Because Jeff has only the Florida Toy and Expos. He uses that one as his business Facebook and his personal Facebook, I guess. Kind of a mixture of both. So there it is. All right. So, Chicken Wizard, Gaming Attack Yeti, now I need your advice. Or actually, anyone can give me advice on this. A couple of things before we start the topics. Things have been really gnawing at Fears the last couple of days. And I don't mean to bring up anyone's name, but this person is the source of my unhappiness. So, I'm just going to say it right now. Quentin and me do not get along. I try my best to ignore him. He is the most annoying, evil shit I've ever met. No matter what I say, no matter what I do, it's never good enough for him. Nothing I ever do is good enough. No matter, if I made 150 videos in one day, he'd be like, well, why didn't you make 165, Fears? Nothing. I just cannot get away from this fucker. I've tried to ignore him, and for some reason, when I ignore him, they do it more and more and more. They're like, we'll eventually get Fears. Oh, he's trying to ignore us. Oh, well, now we really have to get him. So I don't know what else to do. The guy's driving me absolutely insane. I cannot stand him. So if you guys had any suggestions on how to deal with that idiot, I would really appreciate it. Gaming Attack, Chicken Wizard, PS5 Gaming, I would really appreciate it. I've been kind of bummed the last couple of days, and I've been lazy. And whenever I get bummed, I get lazy, and that's why I haven't been editing any videos. So I try to stay as happy-go-lucky as I possibly can. Yo, 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 yo! What's up, Heroes and Villains Collectibles? Oh, Heroes, I wish you would have been able to come out and hang out with me today. Right after work, I got some breakfast, came home, ate my breakfast, shower, and then I was out and about running errands, and oh, buddy, I found some gems. I found some nerd gems today. You have no idea. I'm going to show you guys in just a minute, but anyway, I would really appreciate some advice. I've even tried to get along with him. I don't get along with Quentin. I don't get along with Tyler, and I don't get along with Mercenary Man. Me and Tyler, though, have an understanding. I was like, Tyler, if you don't talk about me, I won't talk about you. So when I'm in LC's Discord, I try not to bring up Tyler's name. Mercenary Man, he's just a straight-up dick, and he just loves to annoy the shit out of me, just like Quentin. So I do my very best to ignore him, but no matter what I do, no matter what I say, it's just, oh, well, Fears did this, and Fears did that, and and oh, Fears, you're this, and he just drives me fucking up the wall. It's insane. Literally, one day, someone, I just love, one day, that guy, Karma's a bitch. I would love to hear someone in the chat say, hey, Fears, you'll never guess what happened to Quinn. I'm like, oh yeah, what happened? And he goes, well, he said the wrong thing to somebody, and someone just beat the shit out of him. And I was like, well, good, serves him right. he's gonna say something. He thinks he's invincible, and he can get away. He can do and say whatever the hell he wants. I'm telling you, one of these days, karma is a bitch, and it's gonna catch up to that motherfucker, and he's gonna say something wrong to the wrong person, and someone's gonna be like, "All right, I've had enough," and then just beat the shit out of him. I wish I could knock him on his ass, because I may be a little guy, but he is such a skinny little fuck. I could take him down in one punch. Oh God, would I love to. Anyway, but I'm not that type of guy. I don't start fights, but I'm telling you, the minute that guy would throw a punch, he'd be done. But I've been trying. He like just digs the knife in, and the last couple of days, he's been the one that's been kind of bumming me out. He says the most evil and like hurtful things ever. It's just ridiculous. So, if you guys had any advice to deal with that motherfucker, I would really appreciate it. If you guys don't want to get involved, I completely understand, but I was just asking the fans, I'm like, well, how would you deal with it? I've tried everything. I've tried to be his friend. I've tried to get along. He just annoys the fuck out of not just me, everybody. He's tortured Sega. He's tortured Carrie. You know, he makes fun of people behind his back. I don't know what the fuck his deal is, but anyway. Anyway, I've tried. I really have. It's just, he's been kind of bumming me out the last couple of days. And, like, the one that really bummed me out, yo, what's up, Visions? The one that really bummed me out the most is when he said, you and your mom never get along. He goes, I'm even surprised that your mom wants to see you because you guys fight so much. And me and my mom have not had an argument. And whenever he says fight, I have never hit a woman ever in my life. He accused me of that, too. Never hit a woman in my life ever. When I mean fighting, me and my mom have gotten into verbal arguments. But not for a very long time because I respect my mom and I try not to get into verbal arguments with my mom. The last verbal argument me and my mom ever had was like probably a year and a half ago. It was right before my dad's death, like where all the stress was real high. And I'd say it was like 3 or 4 months before my dad's death. And I don't even remember the argument, but my mom said the wrong thing, and I was like, all right, that's it. And I had to cut her off. And I was like, Mom, I said, you're really crossing a line, you know? And then she's like, well, you cross lines all the time. I'm like, that's bullshit. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, when have I ever crossed a line, you know? But anyway, it got bad. So a year and a half. So for a year and a half, me and my mom have not had one argument. Because I think my mom understood that she crossed a line because like 5 months after that argument happened, she called me and she apologized and said, I really crossed a line. I shouldn't have said what I said. And I'm not even going to repeat what she said because it was very hurtful. But when he said that the other day in the Discord visions, that really hurt me. I was like, I have not argued with my mom in a year and a half. And I was like, that's bullshit. I'm like, what gives him the right to say that, you know? Anyway, that's the reason why I haven't been uploading any videos, because it's two things. Whenever I get uninspired, I don't edit videos. Whenever I get real bummed out, I get lazy and I just watch movies and I get real bummed out. And when he said that, I was like, he doesn't know who my mom is. I'm like, who gives him the right to say that? So, again, I've tried everything to get along with that guy. He just loves to shit on people. I don't get it. I've never understood that. So, I was asking for people's advice, but no one's suggesting anything in the chat, so I'll just drop it. But that's the reason why it's just been gnawing at me for the last couple of days. I'm like, wow. I'm like, that's pretty hurtful to say something like that hardcore about someone's mom. Like, I don't know his mom, but I would never cross that line and say anything about his parents. But that's me. But anyway, big shout out to the fans. Shout out to Gaming Attack. Shout out to PS5 Gaming, Heroes, Visions, Lord Visions. Shout out to, who else is in here? Chicken Wizard. But if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Uh-oh, Visions said wrong. What was I wrong about? What was I wrong about, Visions? What? Uh-oh. I hope I didn't make Visions mad. What was I wrong about? Daniel says, do you watch Yo Mama jokes? Give you a lot of good laughter. Wait, do you watch Yo Mama jokes? Is Yo Mama jokes like a YouTube channel? No, I don't know what you're on about. What was I wrong about, Visions? Well, are you saying that's wrong to do that, to make fun of someone's mom? Oh, if that's what you mean, then I completely understand. Oh, that it was wrong to not get any advice. Oh, well, Vision said I should start watching anime to better understand him. No, I'm afraid not. By the way, Visions, I saw what you bought last night. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. Way to put that gift card to good use, man. So, if you guys don't know, the meme contest, I was trying to collect my thoughts, I'm sorry. The meme contest went off with a bang. We had tons of contestants, but I narrowed it down to 3 top contenders. Visions, the Dude, and Yakov. And I'll be honest, the Dude did a fantastic job. It just wasn't as epic as Visions and Yakov's. And you know what, Visions? I've had this conversation with you. I've had it with the Dude and with Yakov. I sat there for, I don't know how many hours. Literally I sat right here in this very spot, and I would go like this, and I was just studying every single thing of the meme. So I was like, all right, let's see. He did this, and then he did that. Then I would get tired, and I switched like this. I'm like, it was so hard to pick a winner. I'm like, I want everybody to win. So that's why I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to give everybody a prize. I said, just the first person gets the best prize. So last week I mailed everybody their gifts. Yakov is the only one still waiting. It's going to take a couple more days because he lives in Canada. But the Dude received, I'm happy to report, the Dude received his gift. I gave him an Indiana Jones autograph. Fears used to cosplay a lot of Indiana Jones. I'll be honest, I haven't done it in quite a long time. Maybe I should revamp the Indiana Jones costume. The costume is back in Missouri. So, I gave him some stickers. I gave him an autograph. And the Dude was cool. He put my stickers all over his town. So hopefully we get some more subs. And then he loved the autograph. Then Visions just got his gift. When did you get it, Visions? Did you get it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. But Visions opened it. And thank you so much for the shout out, buddy, on your Instagram. And he took my gift card, and I saw he went to Walmart. And what did you buy? It hurt, Visions. You spent it on anime! Ugh! Horrible! No, I'm just joking. I said you could get whatever you want. It's your gift card. I did like that you got some BLT. I love BLT sandwiches. So good. A little bit of mayonnaise, bacon. Well, actually, I can't have tomatoes because they hurt my stomach. So I usually make a BLM, a bacon, lettuce, and mayo sandwich. So, but they're still good. They're good with the tomato. They're good without the tomato. There we are. But then Visions put up this photo. And I'm like, what is he doing? He's in the anime section. And I was like, oh. So Visions, I have to ask, what anime did you end up getting? I don't care that you got anime. I'm just joking around. But I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. You could have got some Easter Bunny, masquerade. Which, by the way, he said he watched, and he went, oh, Fears, you need to get your money back. And I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, was it that bad? I was like, damn. But yeah. But no, Visions, I am glad that you that you enjoyed it. Hero says, I just dropped my wife off at the airport. Her cousin passed away. Oh, Lord. Heroes, I'm so sorry to hear that. That sucks. She's going to the funeral in Atlanta. Well, you know what, Heroes? I will pray for your wife's cousin and your wife. So, safe travels for your wife, getting to Atlanta. Which, by the way, I love Atlanta. I've been to Atlanta 3 times in my life. Such a cool town. And they filmed The Walking Dead there. But heroes, I will pray for your family. I'll pray for your wife's family, and I will pray for her cousin. And what's her cousin's name? So whenever I pray tonight, I know her name. Let me know. Let me know. Vision says BLM sandwich. Very very progressive of you. Well, listen. I wish I could have the tomato. It's weird. My stomach's so weird. When you have Crohn's, give you an example. I can drink as much orange juice as I want, right? Just I always go and get the pulp-free orange juice with calcium. You know, because I can't have milk. So I get half my calcium from that, and then I get a tiny bit of calcium from the almond milk and the soy milk and all that crap. But normally I get all my calcium from the orange juice. That's why I drink a lot of it. But if I bite into an orange, all that pulp has all the citrus acid in it, that will kill my stomach. Like Fears would be dead within a couple of days. Because it would be that much pain if I bit into an orange and ate all that pulp. Same thing with tomato. I can have as much ketchup as I want on my burger. Doesn't faze me. But if I sliced a tomato and put a tomato like on my ham sandwich or on my BLT, it'll fuck me up. So I can't have slices of tomato. So, Visions, it's not a perfect sandwich, but I have grilled up some bacon, bread, mayo first, then the bacon, then the lettuce, then bread. It's still good, just minus the tomato. So yeah. Oh, nice! Hero said, I just got home, had to make a pit stop, and I picked up some BK Lounge. Yeah, buddy! BK Lounge it up, motherfucker. Well, I think, listen, what would Fears say at this point? I think the better question is why wouldn't you stop and get some BK Lounge? I'm just saying. Anyway. I'll be honest. I was a little disappointed that you guys didn't give me any advice on how to deal with Quentin. I was asking you guys. I really was. I know I joke around a lot, but that really hurt me when he made fun of my mom. And me and my mom and fight and all that stuff. That really hurt, I'll be honest. So, Visions, you're my buddy. If you were me, what would you do? I'm being dead serious. And then, once I get some advice, I won't bring it up and I'll just move on. But if you were me, and you get constant shit from Quentin, and he makes it real super personal, which is the reason why I get mad sometimes, because he makes it so fucking personal. About me, my work, my job, my videos, or my mom. What would you do? I mean, I've tried everything. I've tried to ignore him. I've tried to be friends with him. I've tried to be civil with him. And there's just no stopping that fucking guy. So, I would appreciate some advice. But if you guys don't want to and you don't want to get involved, I completely understand. And I'll leave it at that. But anyway. Visions, check it out, buddy. Oh, yeah, I'm rocking the Fears vlogs. Chicken Wizard had never seen this, Visions. And I was like, how could you not have seen it? I'm like, I debuted it on the channel ages ago, and almost every week I use it at least once or twice on the stream. At least twice, maybe 3 times a week. And Chicken Wizard's like, I guess I just haven't tuned in a while, Fears. And I was like, all right. And I said, well, there it is. So this is Randall's drawing. And then you turn it around, and this is Vision's version, his own version of this. So, yeah. Oh, speaking of hot stuff and pulpy things, I just watched Hot Ones, their latest episode. I don't know how you pronounce the guy. It's that Jason guy, Visions, out of Horrible Bosses, and he was struggling. But he got through like a champ, but at times he's answering the questions and he's like, like he was kind of struggling a little bit. I'm like, oh, dude, don't die on camera. Anyway. But yeah, that was kind of gnawing at me the last couple of days. But, I mean, I'm not a bitch or a pussy. It's just when he makes fun of my mom, it's kind of fucked up. And, of course, he'll deny it and say, no, I didn't do it. I didn't say it. Like, they're always sweet angels. Of course not. Of course you didn't say it. No, you never do anything wrong, It is what it is. But that really hurt. I was like, wow. I'm like, I haven't yelled at my mom, or we haven't gotten into an argument in a year and a half. So I'm like, as always, you don't know what the fuck you're on about. So anyway, but yeah, Heroes, I am glad. Get on that lounge, man. That BK lounge. I had it, not today. I had it, oh, hang on. Fear's memory. Not yesterday, the day before. So 2 days ago. I skipped lunch today. I just wasn't hungry. I had a coffee for breakfast and a sausage biscuit, and then I was still hungry. So when I got home, before I went out and did my errands, I made myself some eggs. So that's all I've really ate today. Well, and I just made myself some new coffee. So yeah. Anyway, but no, Visions. Wait, hang on. Vision says, "Do you think he's commenting on some of your insecurities? Some guys joke around with each other and give each other shit from time to time." Well, there's a difference. Like, me and Eric, like, Visions, you give me shit all the time, I give you shit all the time, but it's like playful shit, you know what I'm saying? And, like, teasing around. Quentin honestly wants to hurt my feelings. Like, I would never make fun of your mom. I would never make fun of, like, Quentin's mom. My best buddy, Eric, in Missouri, he's never said any bad thing about my mom. He said nothing but nice thing about my mom. That jab really hurt. But me and Eric, like, always, like, Eric has never called me by my first name, John, unless he gets mad. Usually when he picks up the phone, he always, like, roasts me. He's like, "Yo, what's up, pencil dick?" You know, "Hey, what's up, moron?" And I'll be like, "Yo, shithead, what's going on?" You know, that's just the way Eric answers the phone. Every once in a blue moon, Eric will be like, "Yo, Fears, what's up, dude?" But by the end of the conversation, he'll be like, "All right, peckerneck, I'm out of here." You know, like, so that's the way me and Eric work. You know, we jab at each other, but we're teasing. We never mean it. He actually means all this shit. You know, and it's not just him making fun of my mom. It's, "Oh, Fears, I hope you fucking die. Hey, Fears, like, nobody watches your channel." That was another thing that hurt me. And I'm like, well, clearly that's not true, because I have loving and loyal fans. He's like, "No," he's like, "it's pretty true." He's like, "I don't think anyone really watches your channel, Fears." And I'm like, no, people watch my channel. I said, maybe not millions of people watch my channel like Casey Neistat. Only my wildest dreams would I even get anywhere close to him. But he says stuff to, like, really hurt my feelings, you know? And again, it takes a lot to hurt my feelings, you know? But they know which, like, jabs do. It's like sticking a knife in someone. Like, they know which knife. You know, they just jab the knife in until they get a reaction, and I hate giving a reaction. But those two things really hurt me this week. Him saying nobody watched my channel when I love my fans. I would do anything for my loving and loyal fans. I don't give a shit what the trolls say, you know, because it's the internet, and they're always gonna say some stupid bullshit, you know. But when he said something about my mom, that really fucking, it cut me, you know. I'm like, they always cross that line, man. Like, over the years, Visions, you haven't been here since the very beginning. They have crossed so many lines. I remember one time that Moody guy, he called my dad and said that I made fun of Carrie, which I didn't. And he made up all this bullshit, caused a big argument with me and my dad. They've called me at work. Quentin's called me at work. That's a line you don't cross. I would never call anyone at their work and yeah, but one day I actually did win. Oh, it felt so good, Visions. He goes, "Fears, I'm not getting off the phone." And I was a security guard. I'm like, "Guess what? I can talk all fucking night long. You're not getting the last fucking word, you son of a bitch." And I must have talked to Quentin on that phone for 3.5 hours, and I finally whistled him down. And he went, "All right, I've had enough of this." And he eventually gave up. And oh, that was a glorious day. I was like, fuck yeah, it's time for Fears to finally get a win. But I don't get why me and him have ever had to battle each other, you know? He's had something against me since day one. I even introduced myself. I said, "Oh, I said Quentin, nice to meet you." Immediate hate. Immediate hate. You know? So I don't get it. I really don't get it, Visions. He honestly loves to hurt people's feelings. I don't know if he's insecure. And I'm like every human. I get insecure sometimes, but I'm a pretty confident guy, but every once in a while, I have my insecurities. And again, I have not made fun of him not once today. I'm just telling you the honest to God truth. But again, I guarantee you, later on tonight or tomorrow, I'll be like, I didn't do that. I'm a sweet little golden angel. I can't believe Fierce lied. And I'm like, no, I'm not lying. But I do have some insecurities. But yeah, maybe you're insecure and there's some truth to what he's saying about you and your mom fighting, so it affects you, but it's not a big deal to be called a pencil dick because... Well, see, that's different. I mean, like when Eric's saying that, Eric's made up tons of shit, But there is some truth to it, Visions, and we're buddies, and I'll be honest. Me and my mom have fought like arguments in the past, and sometimes I've started it, sometimes she started it, but me and my mom made a pact to not fight anymore. That's why we haven't fought in a year and a half. And then for him to say, it was a straight up lie. He's like, oh yeah, whatever. I bet Fierce is, you fight with your mom so much. And I'm like, that's not true. In the past we have, but not a year and a half is a long time not to get into an argument. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know. Just, that's a line, Visions, I would never cross. But anyway, I'm sick and tired of talking about it, but... I appreciate your advice, buddy. I really do. Oh, listen, I get it, Pixel. But to be fair, you know what happened. You know I wasn't making fun of Carrie. He knows. He just wanted to start some shit. And Visions has never heard this story. Carrie was basically in love with me, Visions. I said 1,000 times, nicely, Carrie, I'm not interested. I just want to be your friend. She called me 50 times a day, texted me 100 times a day. I shit you not. I finally couldn't take it anymore. I pick up the phone and I'm like, maybe if I just yell at her, she'll leave me alone. And I was like, Carrie, get it through your thick fucking skull. I don't want to hang out with you. I just want to be your friend. So I didn't say anything mean to her, but I guess it really hurt her when I said thick fucking skull. And I said, I just want to be your friend, Carrie. I have no interest in hanging out. Well, Carrie got pissed, and I never thought in a million years Carrie would play the message. She saved the message, she played it, and then Moody wanted to start some shit, and she called my parents. It took me 3 hours to explain the conversation because my dad wouldn't let me get a word in. And he's like, no son of mine should do that. How dare you say that to a woman? And I was like, Mom, Dad, if you let me explain, he wanted this. He wanted to start some shit. And then once I explained it, then my dad thought Moody was a piece of shit, and he goes, I would never talk to him ever again. He goes, John, I'm sorry for yelling at you. And my dad actually took my side. And I said, yeah. I said, if you would have just let me tell you the whole story, Dad. And he goes, yeah. He goes, well, what are you supposed to do, John? He goes, I wouldn't have yelled at her, John. I said, well, yeah. I said, Dad, I didn't want to yell at Carrie. I really didn't. But he goes, I understand, John. He goes, if you've tried this and you've tried that, he goes, and she won't listen to you, he goes, it must have got annoying, right? I said, it got very annoying, Dad. And he goes, well, I can understand why you did it, John. He goes, but you shouldn't have done it. I said, oh, I absolutely agree. I said, Dad, I shouldn't have yelled. And I didn't even really yell at Carrie. I told my dad, I said I yelled into a voicemail. So I didn't even yell at Carrie. I yelled into the voicemail. But I said, I'm not trying to split hairs, Dad. I shouldn't have done it. But I said, Dad, I kid you not. I said, she was texting me 50 times a day, calling me 100 times a day. It was bad. And I said, Moody doesn't care about Carrie. Not at all. Zero cares about her. And I said, he just wanted to start some shit. And my dad's like, I would never talk to him ever again. And that's the reason why I've never talked to Moody since. So, yeah. But anyway. I don't agree with that, Pixel. There was no reasoning to call my parents. He just wanted to start some shit. But that's why everyone has entitled to their own opinion. But anyway. I don't really value his opinion, Visions, because everything that comes out of his mouth is negative. Every single thing. He's never once said anything positive about me. It's always negative. Always. And it just gets annoying. It's getting annoying. I don't mind getting critiqued. I don't mind someone giving advice. But when it's kind of, yeah, you suck, Fears. You're an idiot. Fuck you. I hope you die. Oh, yeah, Fears, you're always fighting with your mom. Oh, it's this. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're an idiot, Fears. It's the same garbage that comes out of his mouth every single fucking day. So, and I don't like to be around negative people. So I'm just like, all right, well, then fuck you too, you know? Anyway, I don't want to make the whole conversation about him, but that's the reason Pixel Visions, everybody else, that I haven't been editing the last couple of days, because he really hurt my feelings saying I always fight with my mom, and clearly that's a lie. I have not had an argument with my mom in a year and a half, because me and my mom made a pact, and my mom knew that she crossed the line, because I didn't talk to her for a good 2 months, because she really hurt my feelings and she knew that she had crossed the line, and she called and said, listen, I really crossed the line, I shouldn't have said what I said. And I said, yeah, you shouldn't have. And I said, I appreciate the call, Mom. I said, I appreciate the apology. And she apologized, and she goes, let's never let this happen again. I said, I agree. I said, I don't want to fight, Mom. I said, especially now more than ever. I said, now that Dad's gone, I said, I never want to fight, and I just want to be a good son and help you out as much as I can. And I said, that last argument never had to start. And my mom was like, I agree. And she goes, I started that argument. I said, you did. And I said, you wanted to hurt my feelings. I said, be honest. And she goes, yeah, you're right. I said, great. I said, as long as we're honest with each other. And I'm not going to tell you guys what we were talking about in the argument, but she was determined to win that fight, and she didn't win that fight. So, I'm like my mom. I get stubborn sometimes. My dad was a little stubborn. My mom's super stubborn. I'm stubborn sometimes. But my mom and me made a pact to never get into a fight ever again. Because the last one never had to happen, and it was bad. It was bad. It was very bad. It was very bad. So yeah. I really wouldn't say that, Pixel. I don't think Quentin's smart. Not at all. Zero. I think he's annoying, but not smart. But anyway, I'm done talking to him. I'm done talking about him. I appreciate the advice, Visions. I really do. He just gets annoying. Sometimes I literally cannot stand him. He really hurt me, though, when he said I always fight with my mom, when clearly that's not true. I have, fighting with someone always would be like if we fought every single day. I don't talk to my mom every single day. I call her twice a week. And over the last year and a half, they've been nothing but good conversations. Because we made that pact. I was like, I said some things I shouldn't have, Mom. You said some things you shouldn't have. And we both made a pact to never hurt each other like that again. And I said, I want to be a good son and help you out in any way I can. Like the last year and a half has been great. We haven't fought. We've been getting along. And she's like, I'm so excited to see you. And I said, I'm so excited to see you too. Like, I can't wait to take my mom out to dinner. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I can't wait to see her. Can't wait to take Grandma Fears out to dinner. Dinner or lunch. My grandma eats early, because she's kind of older, so she's in bed by like 7 o'clock at night or 8. So she's like, I don't know about dinner, John, but she's like, you can take me out to lunch. I was like, that's fine, Grandma. That's cool. But yeah. Let's see. Well, I was going to say that if you don't value his opinion on general subjects, don't put so much weight on what he says about you. Fair enough. It just, words hurt, Visions. They do hurt. I mean, I really shouldn't care about what anyone thinks, but, that's one of Fears' flaws. I'm a people pleaser. I try to make everybody happy, Like, I try, that's the best way to say it. I'm not even going to bullshit around. I try to get along with everyone. And then in my brain, I'm like, oh man, it sucks. I'm like, I can't get along with that person. I'm like, well, let me try to fix it. And then I try to fix it, and then it doesn't work. And I'm like, well, all right, fuck it. I tried, So it did strike a nerve, though, If it does strike a nerve and has some truth to it, try and work on those things, because you're obviously self-conscious about it. Also, watch anime. I don't know about anime, buddy, but I'm trying to work on it. We have been working on it. Me and my mom have not had a big argument, or not even a tiny argument, in a year and a half, which is great. Oh, shit. Did I set myself up for that one, Pixel? Are you going to start pleasing me? All right, I set myself up for that one. That was funny. I'll give you that, Pixel. That was good. That was good. He's like, well, are you going to start pleasing me in visions? Oh, man. Have you ever been skiing? I have. And it's so much fun, Visions. I'll be honest, I haven't went skiing in a long time. The last time I went skiing, I was with my church, and we went skiing. Oh, what's that city in Missouri? It was way past Warrington. Warrington, Missouri. It was like up in the mountains. Oh, fuck, what is it? I think I was 16, 17, but it's been a minute, but I have went skiing. I'll be honest with the Visions. I haven't went skiing as an adult, but I went skiing with my family like when I was 9 or 10 a couple of times, and then I went skiing like when I was 16, 17. So I've went skiing a total of 4 times. 2 with my family and 2 with church. So yeah. I don't know the proper hard placement for skiing. How do you even hold... Wait. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Damn it! I set myself up for that one, too. Vision's like, so your experience fears, handling those 2 poles at the same time. No! That was good. See, you guys make me laugh. You guys are good friends. Pixel could always make me laugh. Visions can always make me laugh. Anyway, let's move on. I've said my piece about Quentin. I don't think he should have said that shit about me and my mom, but to each their own, He'll never change. At least I try to work on myself and be the best John Fears that I possibly can. That fucker will never change. He'll always want to annoy the fuck out of me, Sega. Hell, Sega, it's bad. Him and Sega used to be, amazing friends. Sega, wrote me, I think, a year ago and said, oh, Fears, now I see what you're under... Now I see what you're talking about. Quentin's evil. And I said, I've been saying that from day one, Sega. And he's like, well, now I see it. And I was like, well, there you go. I said, I'm glad you finally see it, Anyway. All right. Well, if you get a chance, Pixel, go skiing. I should ask you the same question, Visions, because you live near snow. Have you ever went snowboarding or skiing? Let me know, buddy. Let me know. Anyway, that's my piece on it. I hope I don't get crucified for bringing that up. I just wanted some advice. I appreciate your advice, Pixel. I appreciate your advice, Visions. So, yeah. Anyway. Let's get on it. So, let's do the Walmart haul. Let's get back to good vibes. All right. I'll be honest, Visions, Pixel. Nothing. Slim pickings this week at Goodwill. I walk in, go to the Blu-ray section, 0 Blu-rays. So I'm just going to let you know right on that. Fears did not get a Blu-ray at Goodwill. Shocking. I looked. All DVDs. And I asked the lady, I said, is there any Blu-ray coming in? And she goes, you know what? Usually we get 2, 3, 4, 10, a week. She goes, we haven't had any in 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, wow. So, but I did get something at Goodwill. It just wasn't a Blu-ray. So no Blu-ray gems. At least not at Goodwill. All right. Here we are. So if you guys have ever seen this movie, it's fucking hilarious. I got this from the library. So Pixel, Visions, everybody else, I have to watch this before I go on my trip next week. I need to get it on Blu-ray. I used to watch the shit out of this movie, and I haven't watched it in a long time, so I went to the library today to see if they... I had to take some movies back anyway. I took back Young Rock because I already watched it. By the way, Pixel, if you haven't watched Young Rock, that fucking show is great. I haven't watched the 3rd season. They didn't have the 3rd season at my library, but they had the first 2 seasons, and I watched season 1 of Young Rock, season 2. It's fucking fantastic. So, Pixel, I know you're big into wrestling. I think you'll like it. So definitely watch Young Rock. I thought it was fantastic. But anyway, I took it back, and I said, you know what? What movie that would cheer Fears up? I used to love... I still love it, but I used to really love it as a kid. You guys all know when Fears was a kid, I love outer space. Anything outer space. Me and my dad would have a conversation before my dad died when I was young. My dad was like, John, you know how when I was young, I got to see the moon landing? And I was like, yeah, Dad. He goes, they'll probably land on Mars way after I'm dead, John. He goes, but how cool would it be? Someday you'll get to see people land on Mars. And I was like, that would be pretty cool, Dad. And my dad and me, when I was young, my dad rented the moon landing, the actual moon landing from the library, and we went and me and my dad watched it together. So that was pretty fucking cool. So one day when I was a little kid, remember how I told you me and my brother would always get to pick some movies out at Blockbuster every single weekend, Pixel? One day I'm just looking through and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I picked it. And I must have watched this maybe not as much as Ghostbusters, but a lot. Fears used to watch this movie so much as a kid, and I have not seen this movie probably in like 20 years. Probably more. So I was like, you know what would cheer me up? That movie. That classic, horrible, garbage 80s movie. I gotta watch it. So I'm watching it tonight to cheer me up. So yeah. So I'm watching this. Alright. I found the next thing. I found these bad boys at Goodwill. Pretty good. Oh, no. I have to wash them first because God knows who wore these before. But they were only 25 cents. That's a pretty good deal. There we are. And then Pixel, I don't know if you know, but my Michael Myers mug broke the other day. It's okay because Vision sent me a link, and I'm going to probably rebuy it either right before I go on my trip or probably right when I get back from my trip. I haven't decided. But I'm going to rebuy it. But in the meantime, Fears found a new mug at Goodwill, and I found this gem. So I found this at Goodwill, and then check this out. Pretty cool. Pew! Pew, pew, pew. Very cool stormtrooper on the back. So there it is. So that's all I found, though. I'm telling you, Visions, I looked high and low for any Blu-rays. Zero! Nothing at Goodwill. And then she's like, yeah, like the manager was like, yeah, sometimes we have them, but sometimes we don't. I said, you know what? I said, this is the first time that I've not bought a Blu-ray since I lived down here. I said, every week, you guys know I do a Walmart haul. Or I try to. Some weeks I've missed because I can't spend that money on that, and I have to like pay some bills first. But normally, once a week, I try to treat myself and either buy something at Walmart or buy something at Goodwill or both. So, yeah. Anyway. So, just to confirm, so for everybody that did not see in the Discord, last night, Pixel, what did Visions buy with his gift card? BLT stuff. Because who doesn't like a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich? And anime! Oh! One tear. But I was like, you know what? It's your gift card, buddy. I'm glad that you got to buy what you wanted. Vision said he started watching anime for the girlfriend. Oh, wait, no. The girlfriend started, right, Visions? You said the girlfriend started watching more because you like it? Or was it vice versa? I can't remember. But I'm glad that you enjoyed your gift. I'm glad that everybody enjoyed the gift. So we're waiting on Yakvo. I hope Yakvo likes everything that I sent him. But Vision loved my present to him. The dude loved it. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the views, the comments, your guys' support, your guys' friendship, everything. I'm glad you guys entered the contest. I'm glad you guys had fun in the contest. And thank you for all your entries and your love and support. So, yeah. All right. Vision says, I went skiing once or twice, same as snowboarding. I grew up fairly poor, so I didn't have many opportunities. I understand, buddy. Again, I've only went skiing 4 times. Twice were for free with my church, and then twice my parents paid for. And then snowboarding, I went once with my friends and his family. And I don't remember the whole story, but from what I remember, my friend's like, hey, Fierce, I'm going snowboarding. And I was like, buddy, it's not that I don't want to come. I'm going to be garbage at it. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, I've never done it. I said, I've went skiing. He goes, Fierce, it's easy. He goes, if you've went skiing, he goes, you'll be a natural at snowboarding. Guess what? I was not a natural at snowboarding. I fell more. I think I only stood up on the board maybe 3 times. that whole trip. So yeah, but it was still fun because I got to hang out with my friend and my friend's parents, and they invited me. So it was fun. But I only went snowboarding once, buddy, and that was before I did all this stuff with my church, with all the skiing and stuff. So the snowboarding actually came first, and then all the skiing, and then the skiing trips with my mom, my dad, and all that. Pixel said, I only watched the first season. Now, I'm just curious, Pixel. Nothing against you. I have a solid question to ask you. Why did you only watch season 1? Did you not like Young Rock? Your thoughts on it. I'm just curious. Or did you like it and you just haven't got around to watching season 2 and season 3? I'm just wondering. Would you snowball with me and Visions, or at least Visions if you had to choose? Snowball. Like a snowball fight? I'm not even going to answer that, Pixel, because I know you're setting me up for another hilarious joke. So I'm not even going to answer that, buddy. I know your ways. That's why Pixel and Visions are funny motherfuckers. Honored to be your guys' friends, but you guys fucking crack me up. And then some, man. Oh, yeah. So Visions, I said this yesterday. Where are you going to put all the new signatures? Because you've got 2 big Fears Man and Randall drawings. One in your office, one in the workshop. And then you've got my original autograph that I sent you. Or actually, I sent you 2 original autographs, and I think they're both in the office. But now I sent you a little cartoon picture of just John Fears. And then I sent you a little cartoon photo of Fears Man doing the superhero pose overlooking St. Louis, Missouri, overlooking the city. And I signed Fears Man, and then I think I wrote Chung or Bung on it or some crap like that. And then I did, and the reason why, someone was asking me, Fears, why did you do Indiana Jones cosplay? I said, I wanted to do something different. I said, last time I just did a picture of me and a picture of Fears Man. I said, this time I threw in some extra gems, and I said, I like Indiana Jones. I said, I'm excited that Indiana Jones is coming out with the 5th one. So I said, let me dig deep into the Fears Man archive. And my face really doesn't change. I took those Indiana Jones photos in 2018, and it looks like I took them yesterday. So yeah. So Visions, where are you going to put all of those on the, probably most likely you're going to get them framed and put them all in the office, right? But let me know. So yeah. Oh shit. Here we go. I know that isn't true, Visions. He said, you know what, Fears? I'm building a shrine and eventually a Fears worship room. Damn, that's deep. That's fucking deep. Oh, Lord. That's fucking hilarious. That was good. Pixel, listen, you know I love you, buddy, but I gotta give that one to Visions. That one made me chuckle. That one was fucking great. You know what? I'm gonna make a shrine and shit. That was great. Oh God, you crack me up, buddy. Well, maybe I should wait because next year I'm coming to visit you, buddy. So I'll see where you put all the gems. I mean, I know where some of the gems are, but I hooked Visions up a lot this time. I gave him, oh God, I gave you. Well, let's see if I can remember. I gave you the 2 stickers, then the Jackass sticker, then the retro rat thing, and I got those for free at the convention. Which, by the way. That guy has been wanting me to interview him. I did a little interview in the vlog, but he's like, Fears, you've got to come to my shop. It's fucking epic. And I was like, buddy, I want to. I said, I've just been busy with work and, like, trying to catch up on my vlogs and shit. And he goes, Fears, I'm begging you, make time. He goes, you know that one, you always say your friend's comic book shop is epic, the one in Belleville, Illinois? And I was like, yeah. He goes, mine tops that one. I said, no. I said, you can't say that. I said, you've never been into my friend's, the one in Belleville, Illinois. You guys have seen the inside of my friend's shop because I put his shop in the vlog. And then that guy from Retro Rat was like, that's true, Fears. He goes, but let me just, I guarantee you mine would top. And I was like, well, I said, listen. I said, eventually, I've already went into my friend's comic book shop. I said, eventually I will come to your shop. And I think his shop is in... It's either Tampa or Orlando. I can't remember. It's on that sticker, Visions. Like his address or where it is. So I said eventually, because I kept a few of those stickers for myself. And I've put one on that plastic container where I keep all my hats. So I told him eventually I'll get to his shop. Eventually. I don't know when, but eventually. So yeah. But next year I will get to see where Visions framed everything and put everything. I'm looking forward to it. And Pixel, I promise you, one of those days during the week, or I don't care how many days we do it, my friend gave me this idea, and I think it's a great idea. He goes, Fears, one of those days, because Visions is going to lose a lot of money, for a week. He goes, one of these days you should help Vision make some prints, make some merch in his shop. I said, I would be honored to help Visions, because I don't know how you print a shirt or make a mug or any of that crap. And I was like, so I already told Divisions, one day we'll just do a work day, buddy, from dusk till dawn or however long you want, and we'll make some Exhumed Visions merch in the fucking, in the fucking shop. Just one request, Fears. We gotta crank that AC down to 68, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. At a good 68, buddy. I'm just joking. I learned my lesson from Sam. Remember that? Sam was like, Fears, what the fuck? And I was like, well, it's getting a little hot in here. He's like, Fears, you asked me. And I was like, oh, yeah, my bad, buddy. He's like, Sam, I've never seen Sam get perturbed, but one day he was perturbed. Off camera, he went, Fears. He goes, you don't pay the fucking electric bills. I do. And he goes, you could have just asked. And I was like, oh, shit, No, he wasn't mad. He was perturbed. And he goes, Fears, do not touch that fucking dial. He goes, ask me next time. So I learned my lesson. I was actually just joking, Visions. I would never touch Lord Vision's AC without your permission. So yeah. You've got nothing to fear, buddy. Nothing to fear. I just wanted to make that joke. But no, I'm serious. One of the days we should totally do like a work day. That would be cool. And Pixel, I have one humble request. Whenever, I don't know when me and you are going to hang out, buddy. Two things, Pixel. One, I loved that information that you told me last night. You get to, well, actually, Pixel, can I say the thing about the video game? Or is that kind of hush, hush, hush? I better not say anything yet without Pixel's permission. Let me know, Pixel. Can I tell them what you told me about the video game? Or is that off limits? Because I don't know, because you said it's not out yet, and let me know. But Visions, I'd say the four things that I'm looking forward to. Seeing the workshop, working in the workshop at least one day. Checking out all the Goonie locations, and then the ultimate challenge, the battle of wits. Visions versus Fears in golf, mini golf. Hopefully you got that. Hopefully you got your money's worth on that university degree of mini golf, buddy. Because Vision said he's got a degree in that. So it's going to happen. Battle of wits. Battle of wits. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, Pixel, because I did not, I know. Anyway, two things with Pixel. One, I'm looking forward to you streaming that, because Pixel has gotten me into that Britt Baker. I checked out some of her wrestling events, Pixel. One day I just went Britt Baker's wrestling matches on YouTube, and thousands of her events popped up, Visions, and I watched about 10 to 12. She's a good wrestler, and I really admire her for not giving up her dreams to be a dental not a dental technician. I'm sorry, a dentist, and not giving up her dreams to wrestle. She's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm an independent woman. I'll just do fucking both. Which is so badass. I think that's so fucking cool. So. Anyway, Pixel wrote me the other day and said, Fierce, check this out. Britt Baker, I got in contact with her. Right? I just want to make sure I tell the story right, Pixel, because Fears is mine sometimes. You told me that either you contacted her or she contacted you and said, hey, remember me? I'm a big fan. And she said, well, I'm going to give you like a limited edition like video game. And she goes, it's not even out yet. It comes out soon. And then I said, hey, Pixel, you should totally stream it. And then you said, well, I have to wait till it comes out yet and all that stuff. But you said it was totally cool of her to give you like a limited edition, something like that, right? And I was like, that is fucking cool. Oh, no, that's right. And you also said that it was her first fucking game that she's been, which is so badass. I was like, oh, shit, it's her first thing in a video game. I knew I got something wrong, but yeah. Um, but yeah. I'll make her wrestle her boyfriend on the first stream just for you. That would be fucking hilarious, Pixel. But no, I'm looking forward to your triumphant return on Pixel Protocol because I've been saying it for years. You need to get some more fucking content flowing, buddy, on that channel because I love your videos on Pixel. Don't get me wrong, I like the video. I watch a lot of the wrestling videos on your wrestling channel. I'm subscribed to both. I just prefer Pixel Protocol better. I wish you would make more content on that. I really do. And then you told me, so basically in a nutshell, is Britt gave Pixel a limited edition video game. It's her first video game, and then I said, Pixel, I said, you should totally stream it. And Pixel's going to stream it. So that's pretty awesome. I wasn't sure because the video game's not out yet, so I was like, oh, I don't want to like ruin anything for Pixel or whatever. Which, by the way, Pixel, before I get into the topics and back to the Walmart haul, when are we going to see the Vegas footage? It's been a while, and I know you filmed something down in Vegas, so let me know, buddy. When is the fucking Vegas count? When is the Vegas footage going to be debuted? Because I can't wait to see it. All right, Visions, Pixel, everybody else, back to the haul. All right, so I got these at Goodwill. This awesome thing. Nice. All right, here we go. So I got some new frames. So this frame I'm going to put Enzo in and put it by my dad. This frame is going to go for Fears Man, and my dad loved Fears Man, so I'm going to put Fears Man near my dad. And then I have a really nice photo that my mom sent me of, it's one of my favorite photos of my mom and my dad. And I think it was like my dad's first attempt at a selfie. And he's like this, and it zoomed up on my mom's face and my dad's face. And they're not touching each other's face, but they're pretty close. And it was one of the last vacation trips that my dad and my mom took together. And I just love that photo of my mom and my dad. And my mom's like, I'm going to send you a photo of me and your dad so you can put it by your dad's like little shrine that you made for your dad in your bedroom. I said, oh, that'd be great. So when I come into town, I said, Mom, the only thing I need now to put by Dad is I've got you, I've got Enzo, I've got pictures of Dad. I said, I'd love a family photo of all of us, my brother, me, you, Enzo, all together. And I said, find one where we're all together. My mom's like, I've got just the photo. So I said, yeah. I said, give it to me. I said, wait. I said, don't send it to me now. I said, I'm going to be there soon. So I said, give it to me. And I said, I'll come back, to the Casa de Fears. And I said, I'll print it off and put it there. So these are what those frames are going in. So pretty nice frames. All right. And then I had to get it. I loved the sequel. Again, some sequels are good. Some sequels are bad. I actually did enjoy this sequel. I know, right? Fears is usually like, oh, fucking sequels are crap. They're fucking horrible. They're terrible. Usually. Because they're always trying to out-top the first one. Perfect example. You can't out-top fucking Ghostbusters 1. Ghostbusters 1 is fucking amazing. But Ghostbusters 2, it's not horrible. It's not good. It's not bad. It's kind of in the middle. It's an enjoyable watch, but is it more enjoyable than the first one? Hell no. Hell no. The first one's legendary. Same thing with this movie. The first Shazam was great. Spectacular. Loved it. Bought it right away. So, I got the sequel. Tons of bonus features. So, plus, Zachary, that guy is fucking hilarious, Pixel and Visions. That guy is funny. Like he was funny in that TV show, Chuck, where he's like some nerdy guy and he accidentally becomes like a secret agent or some shit. I haven't watched all the episodes. I've watched a couple. That show is actually really enjoyable. Like the episodes that I actually watched. He's like some geeky fucking guy. I think that was his television debut as an actor because he's so young in that. I could be wrong, but it was one of his first projects because he looks so fucking young in that. I think he's like 18, 19. like when he did Chuck, and I think Chuck lasted 5 seasons, 6 seasons, somewhere around there. But I didn't watch all the seasons. I should. Again, not anytime soon because Fears has got a lot to watch. All that shit. And now I've added more shit to it. But I was telling Pixel and Visions this a while ago. When you're a nerd, the collection is never finished. And my best buddy Eric told me that, Pixel. He's like, Fears, when you're a collector, there's never enough. There's never enough. You keep adding to the collection. And I was like, very true, buddy. Very true. And he's like, well, Fears, he goes, you've got such a diverse collection. He goes, you love fucking horror movie memorabilia. You love fucking movie props. You love just movies in general. And I was like, true. Very true. And he goes, you love Ninja Turtles? You love Ghostbusters? And I was like, yeah. But I'll be honest, Ninja Turtles, it's low on the totem pole. But I do like them. Yeah, fucking Michelangelo all the way. It would go Michelangelo, then Raph, then Donnie, and then fucking Leonardo. And the only reason, because Leonardo, he's always serious. But he has to be because he's the leader. So he gets no fun, though. That's what I'm bummed about. I was like, Leonardo, he's cool. He is cool. Don't get me wrong. He's a cool guy. But he doesn't get to have as much fun as all the other guys because he's like always keeping them in line. He's always keeping them in line. And he's like, yo, Splinter said we have to do this. Enough horsing around. Let's get to fucking work, you know? So that's why I'm always bummed about Leonardo. Because I'm like, man, he never gets to have any fun. Michelangelo, he gets the most fun. And I relate to him the most. Because I'm a goofy, funny guy just like he is. You know? I'm telling you, Pixel, the best line that Michelangelo has ever said on camera, at least this is my view on it, is when Leonardo and Raph are fighting, and then Raph's like, let go of my arm, Leo. And then he's like, Michelangelo comes in and goes, guys, chill. 2 words to solve all our housing problems. Timeshare. And I fucking lost my goddamn mind. When I was a kid and as an adult, every time I hear that fucking line, timeshare, I fucking am on the ground losing my shit. It is fucking hilarious. I love that line. Timeshare. And then all of a sudden Donatello comes in and I think he tilts up Michelangelo's little band, and then he knocks on his head and goes, not quite ripe yet. And then Leonardo's like, yeah, forget this, I'm out of here. And then he's like, all right, let him go. And then he was like, you think an idiot would be able to find somewhere to live? And then fucking Michelangelo, this hilarious guy, falls down a hole, and then they find the fucking, the turtle lair and shit. You know, like the old abandoned train station. Which, by the way, that is a cool fucking lair, if I'm being honest. You know? Anyway. Pixel said, would you buy a prop from Ninja Turtles? Oh, for sure. For sure. Even though it's low in the totem pole, Pixel, I mean, I still love Turtles. I just love... Ghostbusters is my first love. It will always be my first love. But yeah. I just like Ghostbusters more. So while everybody, as a kid, while everybody was watching fucking, Ninja Turtles, I was like, yeah, whatever. Up your ass. It's all about the real Ghostbusters, biatches. I did watch Ninja Turtles, but I always watched it after. Real Ghostbusters, the Cartoon Network, that cartoon, was always first. The top cartoons that Fears watched as a kid, it would go in this order. Real Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, a little bit of Transformers, a tiny bit of G.I. Joe, and then anything on Nickelodeon. Rugrats, Hey Arnold, fucking Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy was the shit. What else? Our Real Monsters, all that crap. All of it. And probably, Pixel, if we're going classic Ninja Turtle props, I would have to buy the TGRI canister with the fucking ooze in it and shit. Or the broken canister. Eric's got a broken canister without any ooze on it. So I don't know where the fuck he found that, but it's on his shelf in his fucking nerd cave, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking amazing. And he's like, Fears. He goes, you have no idea how much I paid for that. And I was like, do I want to know? And he's like, no, you don't, Fears. I said, really? I said, is it that much? He went, oh, yeah. And I was like, damn, I'm impressed. So I don't think it's a real prop. I think it's a replica. But he said he paid a good chunk of change for it. And I was like, oh, shit. So there it is. All right, back to the haul. So we got this. And we got this. This. And then I got inspired by two things. One, I got inspired by my trip coming up. I bought some new clothes for the trip. Also, I got inspired by LC. LC has this exact shirt. So LC, now I've got the same shirt, buddy. Oh, you guys ready for this? Oh, yeah. Nice. Because, listen, I love Tony Stark. I love Superman. But Captain America, he's a fucking badass, man. He's one of my faves. He's not my fave. Superman is my fave because he is the inspiration for Fierce Man. By the way, guys, Fierce Man says hello. There it is. Look at him. Look at him in all of his glory. Right by James Bond. Fierce Man is... He's right in here. You know, he's very near and dear to me. Because Fierce Man has given me a lot over the years, you know? You know, we're buddies. We're pals. I understand Fierce Man. Fierce Man understands me. He's a very complex character. But thank God Fierce had enough willpower and knowledge up here to create such an iconic, epic character. Visions, you know what I'm about to say. I've said it for years. I would die a happy man just to see Fierce Man on the big screen just for 5 seconds. He's made it so far into a comic book. He's got 4 episodes on YouTube. Just give him 5 seconds in a movie, like in a Marvel movie. Give him 5 seconds in a DC. I don't care. He can be on Marvel. He can be on DC. I don't care where the fuck they put him. Just put my character in a superhero movie or give him his own superhero movie. I'm begging you, Hollywood, get your head out of your ass and give Fierce and Fierce Man our movie. That's all I want. Vision said if that ever happens, Fierce, him and Mrs. Vision would be the first one in the seats. And I was like, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. But you know what? If it never happens, then at least Fierce Man is immortalized on the YouTube channel forever. At least he's there. But how cool would it be to have him on screen? That would be great. All right. Next, I got some new shorts. Because my mom's like, it's going to be hot when you come. Because the difference between Florida and Missouri, it gets super humid. Even more humid than Florida in June and July in Missouri. So it's going to be hot. So I'm probably going to pack maybe 2 pair of jeans and the rest, it's going to be a lot of shorts. So yeah. So there it is. All right. And that's the haul. So not too bad of a haul. So there it is. All right. Next topic. All right. Fierce is going to tell you 3 memorable toy stories that I grew up with as a kid. 3 toys that I loved and cherished as a kid. I still have them. They're in the collection. They're just collecting dust in a box. In Missouri. The first one, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the chat if I've ever told you guys this story. One of my very first toys ever. I don't remember if my dad bought me this or my mom or my grandma. Someone bought it for me. Back in the 80s and 90s, Cabbage Patch dolls for guys and girls were big. And my mom or somebody got me a Cabbage Patch doll. He was dressed in a football jersey with a Letterman jacket, and his real name was Lincoln Chad. But as a kid, I had a hard time saying Lincoln Chad, so I just called him Linky. I called him Linky. So now you guys know where I get like linkage and all that other fucking shit. It comes from Linky, and me and him were inseparable. I took that fucking Cabbage Patch doll everywhere. The very first time I went to England, there was a spare seat next to me. Because the very first time I went to England was 5 or 6. My mom and my dad sat in front of us, and me and my brother sat behind my mom and my dad. My brother sat in the seat, like, near like where the cart comes down with the drinks and shit. I sat by the window, and then Linky sat in the middle seat because there was just no one sitting there. So we went on epic adventures. Like, I remember the first time, like in preschool or like in kindergarten, you take your favorite toy to show and tell. Fierce took 2 people to show and tell. I took Penny, my first dog, to show and tell. The next show and tell, I took Linky. Everybody thought Linky was fucking cool. I still have him somewhere. He's in a box somewhere, but maybe one day I will show Linky on camera. Because it's a legendary toy, and he used to have like long hair, and I took some scissors, and since I always have short hair, I trimmed his hair as a kid. And my mom came home one day, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I don't have long hair." And my mom's like, "So you cut his hair?" I'm like, "I did. I cut his hair." So it's nice and short. It looks fucking hilarious, though, when you look at it. So I'm not a professional hair cutter, so like this side's kind of like shorter than the other side, but I did my best as a 5-year-old, so be gentle with me. So that's probably the first legendary toy that I ever had. Or it was one of the first legendary toys I ever had. The second toy that really is memorable and means a lot to me, I think you guys know where I'm going with this. What's Fierce's favorite movie? You guys know what toy I'm talking about. The legendary, the epic, iconic Ghostbusters Firehouse. Man, did Fierce play with that? I played with that until 11 or 12. Because when you hit 13, toys were a thing of the past, and then toys were replaced by video games and girls. So the minute I found out about video games and girls, I was like, all right, time for all the toys to go into storage. But from about 5, let's see, when did I got Linky first, and then I don't remember exactly when I got the Firehouse. Maybe 1988, 1989, somewhere around there. Anyway, it doesn't matter when I got it, but when I got it, oh man, Fierce had so many adventures with the Ghostbuster Firehouse. I would have like the Ninja Turtles like come over and like have like a little lunch date with the fucking Ghostbusters and shit. And then Michelangelo got into the Echo One, and then like Peter Venkman like went nuts. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you got the turtle van. You're not driving our car. Get the hell out of here. So we had many adventures mixed with turtles and the Ghostbusters. Sometimes the Ghostbusters would help the turtles take down fucking Shredder, that son of a bitch, with fucking idiot Bebop and Rocksteady, those 2 worthless, mindless fucks, like their brains are like the size of a fucking peanut, But the Ghostbusters and the Ninja Turtles always took them down. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I would say that's the most second legendary toy I've ever had. And I still own it. I've lost a couple of pieces, though. Eric has his original one, Visions and Pixel. And he said, Fears, I lost a couple of pieces like you. But he goes, I went on Amazon, I went on eBay, I went to tons of thrift stores. He has a complete set. I lost, I have the blue fire pole, but I lost, there was a red little platform that went around the pole, and you would stick the Ghostbusters on it. And then you pushed a button on the side of the firehouse, and it would spin the character all the way down the pole. I need to get the red platform. And then I lost the Ghostbuster sign that hooks into the firehouse on the front. I lost that, and then I lost. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't lose it. I never had. It was just too expensive. I never had that red containment unit. That went with the firehouse. My mom bought me a lot of the figures, I saved up my allowance and bought the Ghostbuster trap and the Ghostbuster proton pack that you wore. My mom got me the zip-up suit, and it was so cool. I was a part of the Ghostbuster fan club back in the day. You wrote in and you told them your name, and then they sent you back a patch so you could attach the patch to your brown jump-up suit. Oh God, I've got it somewhere. I'll have to show it to you guys in a vlog. When Fears went batshit crazy when I finally got my patch. I was like, I would look in the mailbox almost every day. I'm like, where the fuck is it? Where is it? I need it. It finally came. Oh, I'm like, the patch came. And I'm like, Mom, sew this on. Oh, I'll do it later. No. You're not doing it later. You're doing it now. Sew it on now. And my mom's like, all right. So she sewed it on. I put that bad boy on. I zipped that thing up. Threw on the proton pack. I was the shit. Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing, buddy. It was an amazing feeling. I had the Fears patch. I didn't even bother to write I am John Fears. I just went, I'm Fears. And then they wrote a letter back going, oh wow, that's a cool name. And they're like, made up name? I'm like, no, real name. And they're like, that's badass. Or they said something like that. And they're like, you sure you don't want your full name? I said, no. I said, just like Venkman, just like Stantz, just like Spangler, put Fears. And they're like, all right. So I got the patch. So all that Ghostbuster stuff is probably the second legendary one, but I never had the containment unit. Just my mom either never bought it or it was too much money so I've tried to hunt that down. Every time I look on eBay or Amazon, oh God, you guys have no idea. $90, $150, $160 for a red containment unit. I'm like, it's not made out of pure fucking gold. It's not even silver. I'm like, it's just a red plastic little box that says containment unit on it. Why is it $150? So if I can find it and I've never seen it, Visions, I've never seen it at a flea market. I've never seen it at a show. I did. Oh no! Wait, I'm sorry. In the last vlog, I saw it. I finally saw it. From the last vlog, remember Jeff? Jeff finally got his own booth and he was selling stuff. And Jeff had the whole thing. He had the containment unit. He had the fucking firehouse. And he went, well, Fears, you don't need the firehouse. I'll be honest, Jeff, I love you, buddy, but he was charging way too much for the containment unit. And he had the Ghostbuster car. He's like, Fears, do you have the Ghostbuster car? I was like, Jeff, come on. I'm like, of course I have the Ghostbuster car. I'm like, when I was a kid, I had every version of the Ghostbuster car. I even had the crappy Extreme Ghostbuster version, which it only had one season, and it was crap, it was horrible, it was garbage. But it's in the collection. It's all about nothing will top the real Ghostbusters. The Extreme Ghostbusters is like a sequel to the real Ghostbuster cartoon, and it was fucking horrible. It was terrible. Crap. Garbage. It was like someone goes in and goes, yeah, give me that Extreme Ghostbusters DVD piece of shit. That's what it was. It was horrible. It only had one of the original Ghostbusters. It had Egon in it. And then he is a professor and he's teaching at a college. And then for one thing or a reason, all of his students become like the new Ghostbusters and they have to fucking suit up. And these ghosts are like 10 times powerful, And he's like, well, this old equipment just won't hack it. And then Janine Melnitz, or however the fucking assistant lady, she's like, well, why don't you just make the weapons and the proton pack stronger? And he's like, it's impossible. And she goes, what? It's impossible? She goes, I've never heard Egon Spangler, not accept the challenge. And he goes, I guess it could be done. And then he, designs. So there's aspects of it that I like. But as a whole show, the reason why it only had one season is because it was fucking terrible. Excuse my language, but it was. But there's aspects of it. Like I will say, the new version of the proton pack is pretty cool. The new version of the trap is cool. Having Egon in it is pretty cool. The OG, the OG Ghostbuster. So yeah. So that, anyway, to make a long story short, that's the second legendary toy that Fears ever had. The third one, I think I've told you guys about this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pixel. I think I've told you this story. I don't think Visions has heard this one or anybody else. I was over in England, and me, my British grandma, her name was Sheila. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2000, 2001. So that was the first grandparent to. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the second grandparent to go. I never met my British grandfather. He died of he was an alcoholic, unfortunately, and he died from drinking too much, and he had a stroke. So I never got to meet my British grandpa. But I met my British grandma, and she was alive for most of my life, and then she died in 2001 of lung cancer because she smoked a lot. So unfortunately, she passed away. But to make a long story short, it was me, my brother, and unfortunately, my dad had to work. So this trip to England, this certain one, my dad went to some of the England trips growing up to visit family, but this particular trip he did not. He had to work. So it was me, my mom, my brother that went over there, and my British grandma would sometimes live in America, and sometimes she would live over in England. And so she had a house here, and she had a house in England. And my dad bought her. It wasn't a house. It was kind of like a condo / apartment, just to make things easier. Because my grandma, she was very independent. She's like, well, I don't want to always stay with you and inconvenience you. So sometimes she stayed with us. Sometimes she stayed at a condo, an apartment, or whatever. Anyway, we're at a flea market, right? Pixel Visions, everybody else. And my mom's like, well, you and your brother can have one toy. So I was like, all right, well, if I only get one, I got to find the ultimate fucking toy at this flea market. And I'll be honest, it was one of the first flea markets I had ever been to. It wasn't the first one, but it was one of the first few. So I'm looking around, and there's shitloads of toys, and I'm just like, all right, let's find. And I actually was not even looking for this one toy. I was looking for, the things that Fears relates to. Any Ghostbuster shit, any Ninja Turtle, any Power Rangers. Nothing. There was zero. And I was like, oh, this sucks. I'm like, there's nothing that I'm into. All of a sudden, I see this toy from across the way, and it was like shining, glistening with this like yellow aura around it, right? And I was like, ooh, what's that? I walk over, and you guys know I love any classic monsters. I love watching the Wolfman. I love watching Swamp Thing, The Bride of Frankenstein, Frankenstein's son, Abbott and Costello, Meet Frankenstein, all that shit. Laurel and Hardy, Meet Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, the Phantom of the Opera, what else? The Mummy. Who else am I? Oh, the Gill Man, the Creature from the Black Lagoon. So I see this toy version of Frankenstein, and I don't know, he's about maybe the size of my cup. He's like about that tall, and about that wide. And for some reason, I was just like, man, this toy is fucking epic. I was like, and Frankenstein's one of my favorite monsters. He's not my favorite, but he's one of my favorite. I'd say the Wolfman is my favorite, like, universal monster. I think the he's probably my favorite. He's so complex as a character. I mean, so is Frankenstein, but I think the Wolfman's more complex. Anyway, so I said, hey, Mom, I got my toy and my brother, he was very predictable. My brother loves cars, so my brother picked out a car because my brother, that's his thing, that's his niche. He loves cars, anything to do with cars. New cars, old cars, vintage cars, classic cars, he loves it all. So we both picked it out. My brother's like, why'd you pick that? And I was like, well, my love for Frankenstein. And he's like, yeah, true. He's like, Frankenstein's cool. So when I got back to the States, I think I had the Ghostbuster Firehouse for a while, and I was like, I said, you know what? I said, now Frankenstein can have fucking adventures with the Ninja Turtles and the fucking Ghostbusters. Well, I played so hard with this Frankenstein toy. I guess it was poorly made. So one of my things is since he's a monster, like I would throw him up against like the wall. I would, like how the stairs are slanted. I slid him down the stairs. He was like the jackass stunt guy of the whole toy thing. So I would always have him like be getting hurt and stuff. Like I would always shoot him with the proton pack, and he would fly out, And so eventually, I put him at the top of the stairs. And I wish I would have took a video of this, but cell phones were not a thing back then. I put him at the top of the stairs, and he slid down the stairs, did like a forward roll, went flying through the stair banisters, and landed on our coffee table, and then he smashed into a million pieces. And I was like, fuck! I thought that was the end of Frank, right? So what did Fears do? Thinking, when in doubt, I MacGyvered it out. I took all his broken body parts, I put them all back together, and then I just duct taped the shit out of him. All around his body, up through his crotch, and he was pretty much together. So I kept playing with him, and eventually the tape wore out, and he fell apart again. So for a while, all I had was Frank's head. That was it. He was a guy without a body. The next year, I went, and I tried to find the same one at a flea market. I hunted and hunted. And I came very close. I didn't find Frank, but the next year, I found the same version of the toy, except I found all the other Universal monsters. I found like their cheap version of the Wolfman and their cheap version of Dracula and all those other stuff. And basically what I did is I purchased the Wolfman and I purchased Dracula. And I just ripped off Dracula's head and I stuck Frank's head on Dracula's body. And that's where Frank is now. But he was one of the most legendary toys, still is one of the most legendary toys that Fears owns. Sadly, his Frankenstein body is no more. But yeah. So, I'll try to find him on this trip. And I'll try and show you guys on camera. Because you guys have already seen the Ghostbuster Firehouse, and you guys have already seen the other. If I find Linky and I find Frank, I will definitely show them on camera. I'll have to do some hunting, though, because they're in a box somewhere. But those are probably the three most legendary toys, and they have memories to them, that I played with. I played with those three toys forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. They were three toys that I loved as a kid. So, yeah. All right. Last topic. Top 10 Florida memories. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to narrow it down to top 10. I've been enjoying doing these top 10 topics for you guys. So if you guys like them, I will continue to do them. All right. Memory number 1. Pretty much moving down here to Florida. It was a big step. I was nervous, but I was excited. Memory number 2, getting a job at Disney. That was a lot of fun. Memory number 3, hanging out with Randall for the first time in like 10 or 11 years. I had not seen Randy since graduation of 2010. And me and Randy kept in touch on Facebook and stuff like that, but we hadn't physically hung out since our graduation. And when Randy found out that I was moving down here, he was like, Fears, the triumphant duo must return. And I was like, oh yeah, buddy. So that would be the third memory. The fourth memory, even though it didn't work out, dating Casey. As much as that, as much of the bad stuff that she did to me, it wasn't all bad. We had some great memories together. Legendary memories. And I will say this, even though she did some horrible things to me, she was the best girlfriend I've ever had out of all the girls I've ever dated. And I'm glad that me and her are still friends. And I just heard from her today. And she was asking when my trip was. She thought I was already on my trip. And I said, no. I said, the trip hasn't started yet. And she's like, oh, well, when did the trip start? I said, next Saturday. And she's like, oh, I thought you had already went. I said, nope, not yet. And I said, how's things going down, where you live? And she's like, oh, it's going good. It's going okay. I was like, good. I said, I'm glad. So it wasn't all bad. I wish it would have worked out, but, there's many more fish in the sea. But I would be an idiot to not put that memory of our relationship in the top 10. Because so far, she's been the best girlfriend I've ever had. No question about it. Memory number 5, probably going to the beach. Because before I moved down here, I had not been to the beach since I was a kid. Probably the last... Oh, no. I'm sorry. The last time I was at the beach before I moved down here was when I went to go visit Eric in 2004. So it had been quite a while since I had been to the beach. So that would be memory number 5. Memory number 6, probably my second Christmas is when Fears invented the Halloween Christmas tree. And it's been a staple ever since. Memory number 7, probably when Casey's mom painted that Darth Vader painting for me, because that painting is amazing. Memory number 8, probably when I found the James Bond painting at, not really a flea market, it was a garage sale for $10. $10. And I was like, anyone that would throw this piece of art away is insane. I said, this painting of James Bond, I have to save it. It's so good. It has to be on the wall. That's memory number 8. Memory number 9, putting all the stickers that Visions has given me, the stuff I've bought, on the coffee pot. And memory number 10 is a recent memory when Candace made Fears Man the most likable, lovable Fears Man, and it looks exactly like me. She did this digital painting of Fears Man. She said, Fears, take a selfie. I took a selfie. I sent it to her. She goes, give me a couple of weeks. I went, okay. I had no idea why she wanted a selfie. And we became friends. So she follows me on Instagram. She follows me on Facebook. And we became really good friends. She's a wonderful person. She's really nice. And she goes, just send me a selfie. I went, okay. So I send her a selfie. Give me a couple weeks. A couple weeks goes by. She goes, hey, Fears, check this out. And it looks super like me. I could not believe the amount of detail. The amount of detail was spectacular. And I went, you are a fantastic artist, Candace. And she goes, Fears, I wanted to do something to show, our friendship, how much you love Fears Man. She goes, I wanted to contribute to the Fears Man legacy. This is her words. She goes, plus I wanted to give you I wanted to give you a really cool picture so you could use for your profile picture on your YouTube channel. I said, that picture will probably forever be Fears' profile picture for Fears Man 26. Unless she makes another picture that tops that one, which I highly doubt because that one is fucking epic. But I said, if she tops it, then that'll be the next one. And she said at some point she's going to make a cartoon digital painting of just me, just John Fears, for Fears Vlogs. And I was like, oh, that would be great. If she does, I'm going to print it out and put it on the other side right there. So I'm saving some room. So yeah. So those would be the top 10 memories. And maybe one day I'll do a top 20 memories. Because I have a lot more memories than that. But those 10 are really good. Those, I have a lot of memories down here. I can't believe it. It's been 5 years since Fears moved away from Missouri and I've lived down here. It's been pretty awesome. There's been times where, where it's been rough down here. But for the most part, I enjoy living down here. I will say it's pretty expensive to live down here, but thank God I have a good job. Yeah. If it ever gets, I told my mom, she goes, if it ever gets tough, like, what would you do? I said, I would either get a better job or I would get a second job again. Because I quit the second job. I forgot to tell you guys. Because I just want to focus on the FedEx job until either I get promoted or I find something in the airline industry. I would love to work for the airline industry. So yeah. Either being a flight attendant or working for an airline or working as a maintenance guy. I just think working for the airline would be cool. Plus, when you work for an airline, it doesn't matter what position you get. What do you get? You get free fucking flights. Yes! Which would only help Fears Vlogs. I'm always thinking on how to improve the channels. Because my friends like Fears, picture free flights. On the weekends, you could fly. Well, you would spend a day in fucking Hawaii. And I was like, right? I said I would get endless footage. Epic footage. Constant footage. I said I would be able to go home more and hang out with my mom. Like I could fly home every weekend. I said, that'd be kind of cool. And my friend's like, oh yeah, he goes, mini trips to Missouri. I was like, hell yeah. A weekend trip to New York and finally get a photo in front of the fucking Ghostbuster firehouse. Oh! It has to happen. It will happen. Before I die, I will get that fucking photo in front of the Ghostbuster firehouse. It will happen. I don't know when, but it will. It will. Well, that all about sum it up for today, guys. I apologize for the stream yesterday. The internet, I guess because of the storm, crapped out. It crapped out, and I had to do another stream. So I went on and on and on about the review of Super Mario Brothers, and it crapped out. So I had to do another one and do like the little version of it. So yeah, so sorry about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this long stream. It's been going for about an hour and 55 minutes. So anyway, I'm taking off. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And God bless everybody. God bless. And I'm either going to be going live either with Sam tomorrow, because I have to get a hold of Sam. I don't know what the plan is. I really don't know what the plan is. Either we're hanging out tomorrow, or we may just wait and hang out, next Saturday, because I don't have to be at the airport until late on Saturday. I got an evening flight. I'm not going to tell you guys when I'm flying out. But Sam's like, well, maybe you just want to hang out like before we have to, go to the airport. And I was like, we'll figure it out. I said, we'll do something like that. So I'll keep you guys updated. I said, I will keep you guys updated. And, yeah. So, anyway, that'll about do it for today. Unless you guys want to talk about anything else, let me know. But unless there's nothing else, Fears is going to take a shower. I'm going to get something to eat at 6 o'clock. I'm going to try to get a hold of Sam. Again, I have not been able to get a hold of Sam all week. Because Sam was like, Fears, the minute you get your flight information, call me. Well, I did, but I never heard anything back. And he's like, make sure you get a flight like towards the evening. He goes, because then I can pick you up and then I can drop you off. Because he said, I don't mind dropping you off. He goes, but Fears, if you get like an early flight back, like when you come back from your trip, well, I won't be able to pick you up because I'll be working. And I said, I'll try to get a late flight going and a late flight coming back. And then he was like, well, don't get too late because when I come back, I'm going to have to go to work the same day I come back. So I said, I won't make it too late. I said, because I want to get home, unpack. I'll be a little jet lagged. I said, I want to get a couple hours sleep and then right off to work. So yeah. Well, that'll about do her, guys. But I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks so much to my loving and loyal fans. Visions, Pixel, I really appreciate your guys' advice on the whole Quentin thing. He drives me nuts. I really wish me and him could get along, but I doubt that will ever happen. It would save Fears a lot of headaches, but I've tried. But anyway, I really appreciate your guys' advice on how to deal with that guy. Anyway, I'm taking off, but either I'll stream tomorrow with Sam or on Sunday after church by myself. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated because I hope we're still hanging out this weekend. I haven't heard. I guess Sam's just been really busy with his job and stuff. So I didn't want to keep annoying him and call him every day. So I called him a couple times this week, and I was like, all right. I said I'll just wait until either Friday night or Saturday, and I said I'll get a hold of the guy. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to FearsMan26, the main channel, Fears Vlogs. Check out Pixel, Lord Pixel of the Pylons, at Pixel Protocol. Check out the Saya Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on Twitch. Check out my buddy Sam, Egotistical Commando on Twitch. Check out Randall, Lord Randall, Cameo Man 2021, and his second channel, The Mayor of Magic. And last, but certainly not least, check out Visions, Lord Visions, at www.exhumvisions.com. Buy some cool shit. Why? Because Visions makes some cool shit on his website. And Visions is a cool, epic, buddy, pal, awesome motherfucker. Alright, I'm taking off, but this is Fears. Signing off for today. Peace, deuce, Fears loves you. Fears cares about you guys. I really do. And